Adar, Abhinandan, Abhar. Namaskar and a very good evening to all my dear viewers. This is Arpita Srivastav Rai welcoming all the learners of ACIC on this project Soch under the aegis of Roots to Bloom and Atmanirbhar Bharat along with our community initiative partner again proudly says ACIC GIET University Foundation. As you know, our today's session is the first session, and I'm really happy and glad to share with you all that today we have two powerful personalities who are going to share their experiences and the thoughts regarding our topic, Let's Know and Ideate with G20 Professionals. And the two personalities are experts in their own individual domain, and I'm very happy to introduce the two personalities in front of our learners. The one, as you all know, is very close to your organization, and I'm sure your favorites, Mr. Sunil MP. He's the CEO and ACIC GIET University Foundation, and the other speaker, I have no words to explain about that lady. She's a power packed in herself. Words will shortfall if I introduce herself, but I have to. That's the ritual is all about. She is Dr. Gayatri Narasimhan. Yes, one of the very key pillars of the Atmanirbhar Bharat. Apart from that, she has her own individuality also, which I am going to disclose in our next session. So the very first person or personality whom I would love to invite would be Mr. Sunil. Before I invite him on the board to our learners, let me have a short introduction about him. Allow me to read your profile, Mr. Sunil. Well, as I already explained his designation, he's a technocrat and a business enthusiast and an ardent believer of a community engagement and have evangelized the concept of open innovation and collaboration in the enterprise and startup ecosystem. Currently part of many such global communities and working with them in strategic management and partnership. An expert creating cross-border business collaborations between corporation and global startup. He's a growth enabler, collaborator, entrepreneur, business labor, or I may say innovator. At present, he's a CEO of Atal Community Innovation Center, supported by Atal Innovation Mission and Niti Aayog of GIET University, Gunupur, Orissa. We are really glad to have you on board. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Arpita ji, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening all, good evening students, learners, and who are all been listening in this session, and a very special good evening to Dr. Gayatri Madam. Thank you for taking time and being part of Atmanirbhar platform for so many years. I believe we are part of this LinkedIn family. I think I have been following your post through Pradeep ji for a long time, but it is a very pleasure and honor that ACIC is first time hosting you for your awarded book, and congratulations for getting that award for that wonderful book. I am really looking forward for that book to get an access to it. So as you already had my introduction, thank you Arpita ji again for doing that. That's so very nice of you. So I'll just give you a background about Atal Community Innovation Center. Basically, it's in a flagship project of Niti Aayog and Atal Innovation Mission after Atal Incubation Centers, which happened 4-5 years back. I believe the government realized that this innovations happens at the grassroots level. So we are at an aspirational district of Raigada, which we are strategically located on a border of Odisha and Andhra Pradesh, and it's a place called Gunupur, and we are being housed in GIT University. So we have a kind of a 4,000 square feet plug-and-play innovation center with fabrication labs and makers lab. We have an IoT labs and have that. The objective behind Atal Innovation Center is of 3 aspects. The first is that we will be doing a lot of community outreach even near villages to try to find out what exactly is the problem points are there, and trying to see how we will be able to either help them with the business innovation or the technology innovation. So that is our major objective. And also we wanted to bring a kind of a cluster or a kind of a community ecosystem where we will be able to help them in enhancing the livelihood. The second aspect is that I believe there is a lot of rural innovators in these villages where we are talking about aspirational discourse when it is, we've been surrounded by tribal community. So we wanted to bring a change in terms of how we will be also able to enhance these community innovators who are doing such a wonderful innovations, but they don't have kind of an access to market, doesn't have access to mentors, doesn't have access to global perspective, right? So these are our objective. The third objective, which is very important, is students, right? So we wanted to give a kind of an outlook for all the students at this part of the world to see what's happening at the global scenario, right? And all this, we do workshops, events, capacity building programs, and a lot of interactions with experts around, so that they get a kind of an what you call knowledge sharings, and they inculcate certain habits which they wanted to become an entrepreneur or an innovator. So as I said, like, we are part of this aspirational districts. We are more than happy collaborate. And as I said, I've been a part of an open innovation concept for a long time. Happy running 100 open startups with corporates and startups for more than 405 years. So major aspect for us is also how we can collaborate with different stakeholders as well. So I believe the dynamism of business have changed. We should not believe only on competition. We should also collaborate. As I said, I come from Bangalore. I've been relocated from Bangalore. I've been in this industry from more than 10 years, working with different government organizations, different corporates, helping startups and major, as he said in the profile, that I was expert in cross-border collaborations with different countries, trying to see how we're going to match. So it was a very conscious decision when Niti Aayog given me this an opportunity, so that no guys, you need to go there and do that. I was very much sure that I am going to tread in a different terrain, and this terrain would be very, very challenging, very, very exciting, because I believe what I was doing in Bangalore is not going to help me out here. So what I did, I mean, as you, since I'm not a localite, so I had a lot of challenges in terms of geography, in terms of people, in terms of climate, in terms of, there are many challenges which, I was able to envisage, and I wanted to see how it can be. But only one mantra which I felt coming here would work for me was learn, relearn, and unlearn. So that is the mantra which I have been doing it from quite some time. It's been 8 months I took over as a CEO, and I've been doing some great extra, kind of an innovative ideas in this GIT University, and Soch is one of that. And very happy, we collaborate with Atmanirbhar and Pradeep ji told me about this concept of Soch. I said, no, I had this, we have to collaborate and want to do with JIT University, because it only thing was my mind was students, and students should get this kind of an access, and this kind of access, and they enhance their knowledge and their ability and skills and all that. So very happy to being part of this platform. Pradeep ji, Arpita ji giving me this opportunity, and sharing my view to the entire student fraternity here and the college. I believe most of them know, but they don't know about my background, because I was like a little bit low profile, and I used to always wanted to see people come and enjoy what they are doing. So Gayatri Madam, I would be more than happy to collaborate with you, learn from you, because I heard a lot about you, and as I said, like, no, I'm a true believer of collaboration, and whether it is small, big, or larger, I mean, we are there, and I'm more than happy to do that. Thank you once again, Gayatri Madam. We are honored and privileged on behalf of GIT University and ACIC and the entire students who are here. They are really looking forward to hear from you. And I believe they will be elated when you talk about your book. Thank you, Arpita ji, and thank you, Pradeep ji, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Sunil ji. It was really, really, I must say, well, how about the learners? Let me take the feedback from the learners. So how you all felt? Such a humble personality, right? Has really, now you know the real word that whom you are dealing with, guys. So handle with care. Jokes apart. See, the position that he holds and the person that he reflects, you can see the difference, right? So my dear learners, this is an opportunity for you all to catch hold this opportunity and exploit him as far as possible. Pardon me, Mr. Suryaji, I am encouraging them to exploit you, right?
No, I'm ready for that. I'm ready.
That's the jokes apart. Anyways, we were really glad to know about you and the work and your the purpose and the vision that you're working for. And I'm sure the Roots to Bloom and Atmanirbhar team is really glad and proud to associate with you and the university itself. So can I request my IT team to just present a thank you note to Sunil ji? And now I request Pradeep ji to say a few words. Over to you, Pradeep ji.
Thanks, Arpita ji. The people, those who are in and around for the SOCH and people who are working for ACICG University, the man behind all these initiatives. And that is why I asked Arpita and my team to actually introduce him first so that students should know what exactly their CEO, their man, of course, is working for them. To
My
be
dear
very frank,
learners, please cherish for Mr. Sunil.
of course, I should.
Please.
What he is not saying here is there is one challenge which each and every person is having or experiencing is because he is staying away from his family. That is the biggest challenge, of course, I must say, for each and every person. Once you are staying for a long period with your family members and now you're staying here So I do agree on that, how he is actually meeting or mitigating with those challenges, rolling down up and down on the weekends, rushing towards Bangalore and then coming back. I do agree on that. Thank you, Sunil sir, for being with us, for being a part of this. To the members, to all the members, those who are there, the certification will be declared later on. So thanks to you, Sunilji, and thanks to Arpita ji. We can move on to the next one.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pradeep ji. Well, as you all are excited, and that's too, even I am also very excited to hear our next guest speaker. Well, she is, I must say, she is an incredible, insightful lady, genius in my point of view, and I'm sure with all the others too, an amazing role model for many, and blessed, which she is blessed with the skills and a very caring human being, for which I must say that I am so proud of everything what she has done for the society. With the proud pleasure, let me welcome Dr. Gayatri Narasimhan on board. Welcome, Gayatri ji, on this platform. But before I invite her, let me give a short introduction about her profile. Well, about her, right? I know. So, but then for you all, it's very important to know who she is. And I would request all my learners to go on LinkedIn and look the work that she has done. So about her, she was in search of something, the search for an answer as to why she was not able to teach a child with autism led the software engineer and a management graduate, Dr. Gayatri Narasimhan, to a totally new field, especially education. Today, Ms. Gayatri Narasimhan is a passionate special educator, inclusive education specialist, vocational trainer, and a counselor with over a decade of experience in this field. She is also the author of the book INVAS, stands for an integrated curriculum for vocational and skill-based institution. As far as academics is concerned, she's a doctorate in education, special education, and also a post-graduation in psychology. Besides having specialization in yoga as therapy, handwriting modification, sensory therapy, behavior modification, and related professional qualification. She's also a POSH practitioner and an internal committee specialist to address grievances related to sexual harassment of women at workplace. Recognizing the organizational reach, she founded Prakrimika Vocational Institute in Chennai in 2015 to work for the betterment of the children with special needs. As the main faculty of Prakrimika Vocational Institute, Dr. Narasimhan is involved in providing skill development courses through online to over hundreds of children and youth adults with special needs and empower them to work in various industries through collaborations with placement firms. All her work and initiatives toward these children are offered as a service, but there is no compromise on quality and rigor needed for these courses. Recently, she has authored a book, INVAS, an integrated curriculum for vocational and skill-based training. It is an attempt to bring standard operating procedures for special schools. The book has won Golden Book Awards 2023 under the category Neurodiversity. Dr. Narasimhan has brought a framework for inclusive education for schools to make inclusive effective. She has trained various inclusive schools and special schools incorporating structured framework. Her work has also been well recognized, and she and her organization has won many awards both in India and Oman. So very glad to have you, Dr. Narasimhan, with us. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Arpita ji, for that wonderful introduction. Thanks a lot. And thank you, Pradeep sir, for inviting me here. Sunil sir, it is really, I feel so happy meeting you here in this platform. And it was so nice when you spoke about the collaborations and about how you went into that phrase. I really like learn, relearn, and unlearn, because that is what we normally do. And after this COVID came, most of us are doing that. And I'm so happy the way you are taking this forward as a role model so that your students are also getting benefited. Very happy to meet you, sir. Thank you so much.
So, ma'am, as you are on board with us, and as I have given a short synopsis about the journey that you have come across, so I have framed some questions which I'm sure my learners will also love to listen about you. So the very first thing that, or might say the very first question that I want to throw towards you would be, how would you describe the journey of the INVAS?
INVAS. Okay. That's a lovely question, and it is a beautiful journey. Very beautiful journey, I must say. So INVAS thought came to me around 2 years back, approximately, I must say. Before that, of course, after I met a girl with autism and I couldn't help her with the simple academics, that is when I changed my direction of education from management to special needs. And yes, and I was working with the inclusive framework of the school, and my most favorite was a vocational training. So I just love the vocational training because it gives them an employment. That end result is seen. I'm seeing my children being employed at various places. That gives me the satisfaction. But one incident that really touched me 2 years back was one of my students from Oman. He was transferred from Oman to India because they lost their job. So they had to go back to India. So when he was studying in a special school run by Indian government here in Oman, and same, he went back to India. He had a brother. Brother was studying grade 11 here, and he went back for his 12th. So the brother got admission very easily, but this boy had to restart the education. And the mother was, she was shattered because we had molded him for almost 4 or 5 years. In fact, he was not having a speech also. He started speaking, he started working. He had just one working hand. Just one working hand. With that, he started working. But he had to restart with, they put him with the zero, and they started him from zero level. That was really disheartening for all of us. So why? That question came, why? Why this is happening to a neurodivergent? Why it is so easy for a neurotypical? His 11th to 12th, he went easily. This boy had nothing. So then I thought, okay, I know government is giving a lot of their initiatives, they are introducing benefits, they are giving, and NGOs are doing their work, special schools are doing their contribution. I'm not denying that, but ultimately, how much is the reach to the special needs? There is a gap. I saw that gap is something called the framework. So we are not having a structured framework for the special schools. When a neurotypical has CBSE, ICSE, or IB curriculum, or NIOS, state board, you have so many curriculums, but for a neurodivergent, nothing. So whatever the schools they offer, they go with that same flow. Then that is why the continuity is a big breakdown. And what happens is, since because of this continuity, I had challenges in getting my children employed at workplace because there was no measurement. Now, if I ask a neurotypical, what did you study? I did my BBA, I did my MBA, I'm BE graduate, I'm 12th pass. There is something to tell. But when it comes to a neurodivergent, what is that? Now I say, what are you? Who are you? How much you know? What is a skill? Nothing. How am I going to measure? That measurement was not there. Okay, to bring a measurement, how do we going to measure the skills? So that is what is INVAS about. So INVAS is nothing but a curriculum based book to bring a measurement among the training program, and also it gives a platform for an interconnection between the teachers. So I can share my knowledge. As Sunil sir was rightly telling, the collaboration is something very, very important. What is the challenge I face, and what is the challenge another counterpart teacher is facing? How are we sharing our knowledge? How are we collaborating and working is something very important, because teamwork is something necessary for special needs side. So this is the journey about INVAS. So I started writing, filling those gaps, of course, with a lot of my mentors, my teachers, guidance, and discussing with many NGOs. Everybody they were all open. They were very welcoming, to this particular initiative. So sharing knowledge was never an issue for us. So INVAS bloomed.
I have no words to say, Gayatri ji. You have done a fantastic work. See, my dear learners, let me tell you one thing. See, she is an educator, okay? Her job is to train, to teach, but she's one step ahead. Instead of teaching, nurturing, and guiding, she's also empowering them. You know, she wants to make them feel that they are worthy as something if they have life. And for that, she is really struggling hard with the system, with the administration, and she is fighting for their kids to have all those benefits which a normal student gets. So can I have a huge thumbs up for her, please?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. So, ma'am, I need to ask you the second question, that is, how you describe the practice of inclusivity among or across nations you have traveled?
Another wonderful question. Another really wonderful question, because, of course, I've been in India. I'm now in Oman. I'm working closely with many organizations in Dubai, Abu Dhabi also, and we are collaborating with Singapore organization also. So based on that, I would like to share this. So inclusion, if you, here I would like to bring one, add on one topic here, the G20, I wish to include that here. So G20, if we see, okay, our main goal is to go around this G20. So G20, when we see, we are having a lot of working groups. So when we say working groups, one of the working group is for the education side, which was, I think it was started in Argentina. The education, and recently the education group met in Chennai to discuss about the technology based education and how to improve the education system across the G20 nations, keeping this one side. So they are also focusing on education, and special needs is one sub-segment of the education. And coming to the NEP, I would like to touch base the NEP also. Coming to NEP, the one, I won't go into the NEP because it's so big, but one phrase which I would like to use is Banner-free education. They insist on barrier-free education for everyone. Barrier-free. So barrier-free for special needs also. They want education for each and everyone. This is what NEP is also telling. So coming to these two, and of course the government-related policies. So much is coming. Now again, the inclusion practices. This is India. Now coming to other nations, you can, of course, Finland stands the best for inclusive practices. I have to say that. But moving across the other nations also, every nation has their own policies, frameworks, their structure, what they have to do, including Oman. Everybody wants to give that benefit to the special needs. But how much is going again? How much is being availed? Why it is not availed? So that goes as a challenge. Challenge is, one more big challenge is the NGOs or the special school. Mostly they are concentrated only in the city, urban side. If you go to the rural side, there is no NGO, there is no special school. Now, what happens to the children over there? How many are getting that education? NEP is telling, okay, this is the education, you will have barrier-free education, but why it is not going? Because of the lack of resources. And the same, Arpitaji, it goes almost to all the nations, because even here I've seen, even in Dubai, even in Abu Dhabi, these are the countries I have seen personally. The issue is the lack of resources. So for that lack of resources, we want, particularly as Sundar sir was rightly mentioning, the youngsters need to come to this platform. They need to understand the segment is also very important. It is not required that they should be a special educator or they should be expert in this domain, but the contribution is required. So that contribution, definitely we can fill up this particular gap across the countries. So this is, I hope I answered your question, and I really wish this happens.
Actually, my third question was regarding G20 only, that as you already mentioned. So the third question was regarding this, that any good practice of the target G20 nations regarding inclusivity you want to quote?
Yes, I want to. Thank you for asking this question, because again, we are working on this. In fact, I've written a letter to our Honorable President of India, of course, to the ministers also, regarding this G20. As I mentioned, the education group is working towards improvising the and bringing the uniformity among the nations. If the framework for the special school comes at this particular time when India is leading the G20, then India will become the pioneer in getting the framework for the special schools and throughout the nations. Of course, G20 I'm keeping it, but of course globally also. So if that comes, it's going to benefit so many children across the globe, and even the nations, empowering and inclusion, bringing them to workplace and bringing them, contributors to the world. Everybody has a talent, maybe in a different way. That's it. So how are we going to bring those talent to contribute to the nation, to the world, I will say, not the nation, to the world, is something, it's in our hands. If this comes at this particular time, I will be so happy. And because where India is leading, if this comes, this is going to be the best, but it's with God and of course, so many factors. Not very easy.
See, this is your thought process, hard work, and your insight that has brought you to this level, ma'am, that you have won. Your book has won the Golden Book of Awards of 2023. It's just because of that. So my question is related to that, how can you say, or what was your experience, or in other way, if I say, do inform how you feel being a part of the Global Book Winner 2023 with other tycoons, your counterparts. How was your experience?
I was very happy, not as an individual, but representing the special needs side, representing the neurodivergent side. The award is, I thank the organizers, the people, the jury, everyone for giving this award to INVAS. INVAS is something representing the neurodivergent side. So when I'm seeing that neurodivergent side is also being recognized and accepted under such a big platform, I feel so happy and I feel positive that yes, this curriculum is going to come one day for sure. So that positive feeling I got, I was so very much satisfied. Honestly, Arpita ji, I didn't expect this because this is a curriculum-based book, not a fiction or the poetry or the literary side of work. It's more and more of curriculum. So honestly, I didn't expect at all. Even when my friend said, "Please try because the reach will be more." But when this was honored, I feel the special education side itself was being honored. So in that way, I feel very happy and satisfied.
No. It was really an inspiration to all of us. And my dear learners, for you all also, see, if you have a faith in your work, in your vision mission, that whatever you are doing is best in the interest of the society, irrespective of the system supports you, your people supports you, but you have to do what you can do under your capacity. I would say now that she's known, but she's a lady, she's an army in herself. She was constantly focusing on her work, that what she has to do, irrespective of, she was knocking all the doors, but on the contrary, she was working on her vision and mission. And that's how we have seen her journey, and that's how we are proud of her accomplishments too.
Arpita ji, I would like to share just a message to the learners here. You all are learning and you are coming up. Life is full of ups and downs. It's not only up, and it won't be fun if we are on top always. Only when we come down, we will know the value of climbing up also. So we have to accept both. Being on top or eating only the sweet, it doesn't, it will not give a taste. So we need masala, we need ups and downs, we need all that roller coaster ride. It's so thrilling always. So, my dear learners, what I wish to tell you is, we will see when we are on a goal, when we are on a mission, it's not going to be easy. You are seeing my success, but behind that, you people won't know how many failures I would have faced, how many humiliations I would have faced. I had gone through so many failures, so many humiliations. The moment I say special needs, I have faced a lot of humiliations. But still, it is not that we have to be upset or we should feel low. It is because awareness is not there, the other side. So I only take it in the positive side. Okay, let me work more on the awareness side. So even when you people are focusing on a mission or focusing on a goal, ups and downs will be there. When you go on for a down period, why? Analyze that down. Analyze that down, why it went on, what happened. Work on those gaps. Definitely you will succeed. But don't stop your achievements, because you people are a treasure to our nation. So when we say G20, we see the universe. I see globally, each and every one, you are blessed with a talent. So please come out, contribute to the world. The world requires people like you all. I'm becoming old, so you all are youngsters. You people need to take it up. So please come out. Thank you, Arpita ji.
Thanks, Gayatri ji. So I now make an open forum. My dear learners, anyone wish to ask any question to Dr. Gayatri ji, please, this is an opportunity for you all to interact. You guys can ask her any question, anything. Can I have anyone from all of you come up? Please don't feel shy.
There are so many questions you can ask when it comes to neurodivergent, because there are so many queries. How a neurodivergent can be successful? Yes, I have made one boy a businessman, an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur. One of my students is working in a 5-star resort. You can ask me any question.
Ma'am, hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, I have a question. You said about neurodivergent and neurotypical. Okay, how it has been a part of curriculum throughout your journey? You started working upon it. So how it is in the school or curriculum level?
Wonderful question. Actually, I think I had missed telling that. Thank you so much for asking that question. Yes, neurotypical, you all know. CBSE curriculum, I didn't tell, or state board or what, I mean, those things. Coming to neurodivergent, the curriculum cannot be like an 8th or 9th, 10th or degree. It doesn't come like that. So if you see a neurodivergent, their actual age will be 15. And if you see the book I have written, so there are 13 topics. You all would have studied science, social, math, English, like that. For a neurodivergent, it is little different. They would be going through communication, math skills, life skills, computer skills, self-advocacy. Those are their subjects and topics. So around 13 major topics we have chosen to train them. So now if you see a person A, his actual age may be 15 years. Now, where is his communication age? Communication may be 10 or 9 also. But with math skills can be 15. His social skills may be different. His self advocacy can be even 18 because he might be a very bold boy by nature. So what we do is, for a neurodivergent, age has to be measured according to the skill level. So in each skill, where is the age level? And then we have to see as a teacher where I need to work upon. Apart from the general giving training to his working skills, where are all the core areas I need to really work on him so that he becomes totally independent at least by the age of 25. 25 is our target. So this is how we do that curriculum. And one more thing which I would like to answer is, yes, disability is a vast area. You have so many. ADD, ADHD, dyslexia, you have a lot. It's a huge umbrella. And sometimes it is not just one, it may be even a multiple and complex also. But still, we need to bring in a curriculum. We need to bring a framework for the special schools, a measurable framework. So inclusion at workplace becomes easier. Challenges are going to be there, but let's face it.
Yes, ma'am. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Malti, just to add on what Dr. Gayatri Madam is saying on the query of Malti. See, in our education system, like you, Sunilji, Gayatri Madam, we all went to schools as per the curriculum given by CBSE board or ICSE board or whatever the board which we are following or your school is following, and we are going according to that. As per the stage wise, first class, the different will be there. Second class will be the different. Fifth standard will be different. 10th, 12th, that will be different. Once we talk about the specially abled students, my dear learners, the curriculum which we are designing or which government is focusing for or which Dr. Gayatri Madam is talking for, it is totally actually focused towards the cognitive development of the student as per their need. The fine motor development of the student, the gross motor development of the student, because they are different from us. They have a different, of course, liberty to work on. And because of that different liberty, we need to framework those particular curriculum. Not only this, they are going for different types of speech therapies. There are different types of therapies which should be included in this. And not least, because we are talking about what Gayatri Madam has told in today's forum, that whenever we are talking that we are making students to learn, we are making generation to learn. The end goal of that particular learning is to make them sustainable. Sustainable in terms of what? Sustainable in terms of getting the opportunities, getting the job, getting the employment. And that is why the skill development is the last leg of these particular curriculum. And that is what for Dr. Gayatri Madam is talking about. I think, Malti, this will now clear to you why the segmentation of education is different for these students.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I understand.
You can ask even one more question. Why should you know all these? You can ask that question also. Why should you know all this? Okay, I am a special educator. I have to know. But why Miss Malati has to know all this? that you can still ask. See, the thing is, tomorrow when you are working, there can be a neurodivergent working along with you. How are you going to work with him as a colleague? How are you going to accept his working skills or his behavior skills? So many, all these you will know only if there is an awareness. So that is what is this learning, because it's an inclusive world. So we are working on an inclusive world. Thank you, Ms. Malti.
Whenever we talk about
Yes,
the
ma'am. I have.
inclusiveness, you need to think for that second person can be like us. So that is why the inclusiveness is. Yeah, Malti, please.
Yes, ma'am. I have another question, ma'am. Like, yes, I understand your perspective to bring those neurodivergent people to our mainstream. So I'll ask, what you would have been communicating those people from your, like, all throughout your journey. So I'll ask, what is their perspective towards these, your idea? Like, how they take it, are they taking it positively, how they are improving, and what is their experience with that?
Brilliant question, I will say. It's a brilliant question. Thank you so much again. So, from their perspective, yes, what happens is they are different learners. For example, I will say each one of us here, we are different learners. You ask me to learn from YouTube some video. Sorry, I will say I can't. I can't. I need a teacher who can stand in front of me and teach. For me, I have to read, write. So this is my type of learning. Same way, each person has their own type style of learning also. Coming to their perspective, if we modify the teaching methodology, this is, I'm telling about academic, like dyslexia, dyscalculia, learning disabilities, I'm telling. When I'm talking about them, if we are going to modify the way we are going to teach, definitely the way they are going to learn, that will be a huge outcome over there. And here I would like to quote that one of my student was a CBSE topper. She was a CBSE topper. She got scored 100 on 100. But when I joined that particular institution just few months back, she got 3 on 80. She scored just 3 marks on 80. And in 3 months, when we worked on the teaching methodology, nothing, the same girl, same teacher. Only thing, the method was different. How to teach was different. She scored 100 on 100, and now she's an MBA graduate. And with these are the people with learning disabilities. But you have one more, non-academic. So when it comes to, see, when we change, when they know they are learning, when they know they are achieving, they become so happy, so excited. And their involvement is really excellent. She worked so hard. She used to sit in my house till 1 o'clock in the night. And this was her achievement. And coming to the non-academic, we have one segment called non-academic, who cannot be academically trained like all of us, 8th, 9th, school and all that. So for them, the education system is little different. When we come there, I have even a non-verbal child who cannot speak. But once we teach them work-based training only goes. So when we teach them work, and when that girl finishes the work, she will start tapping herself very hard. Not just like this, but very hard, showing that, yes, I did it. I did this work. I got it. I could achieve. See, a sense of achievement is same throughout, be it neurotypical or neurodivergent, sense of achievement is same. Once we taste that sense of achievement, we are not going to come back. They will start moving ahead only. So from their perspective, Ms. Malati, they love that sense of achievement, because they've always been in the rejection side. You can't do, you are a waste, you don't know, this also you can't learn. These are the statements they've been hearing. But when we say, wow, you did it, you got this, you are earning so much, they start learning even more also.
Thank you, ma'am. That's incredible that you are making them Atmanirbhar, actually.
Thank you, Ms. Malti. Thank you so much.
Just during this discussion, one question arises in my mind. As you got a voice and you got the achievement also, what is your suggestions to all G20 leaders? Because India is going to decide what India should do for these students, especially neurodiverse students?
Sir, this question is for me, sir.
Yes, for you.
Okay.
Yes, Gayatri.
Sir, here I wish I can request also, and I put forward this request also. India should bring this curricula, this framework for the special schools at this stage, because if it comes, then India will become the pioneer country, and when it is leading, if this comes, this can have an impact or positive impact on the other nations also. So it's going to benefit many countries, because I get calls from a lot of countries. I get calls from many countries I get, and asking me to come and train those people. Even US, some of the schools had called, and they asked if I can come and give the training programs, if I can train them in the work-based skill development. So if India brings it now, this is going to benefit many people. So I only wish and I pray for that.
I and Sunil strongly recommend for these, of course, learnings which will be out of this today's discussion that will propose to all the G20 leaders. Please, uh, bring a framework for inclusivity, bring a framework for inclusive towards this neurodivergent students also. Thank you. Arpita ji.
One thing, so I
Yes, please, Sunilji.
definitely will be, more than happy to support you, because this is incredible. I think you come with an idea about this. It's like, really commendable. I just want to understand, like, what is an adaptation there and where you are there, like Dubai, Oman, and other
Oman.
places, like how they are looking at these kind of people.
Oman, I will say they are very welcoming. It's a very friendly country, very friendly country. But the big challenge I face here is the language. Because here English speaking is particularly when it comes to neurodivergent itself, we also suggest go with only one language. So here the local language, they follow the Arabic side. So the communication is a challenge here. So what we are trying to do is INVAS particularly, we are trying to go for a launch here in Oman also. And before that, we are getting it translated to Arabic. So that process is already started. So that, because I know Saudi is also one among G20 here, and this area also needs to be covered. So Oman, we are trying to implement it. And here in Oman, vocation side, we have done a commendable work here. So whatever we do, it is welcomed here, and the government, they personally encourage us, and they personally support us also. So in that way, we feel very nice. But the barrier, the language is a big issue here, which I'm facing. I tried learning Arabic also, but somehow at this age, it is not entering my head. So, but we are getting it translated. We want to bring it here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
So can I request my IT team to have a thank you note for all the two speakers? I'm sure my learners have got a very brilliant takeaway from today's session. So this is a thank you note from us, Dr. Gayatri ji, to you.
Thank you so much, Arpita ji, Pradeep sir, Sunil sir. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I felt so nice talking about this. It's a very dear to my heart, this topic. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thanks.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I am Shustika Bhumi from MSc Biotech first year. Ma'am, I have a question. Can I speak in Hindi, please? I am a little bit weak in English.
Yes, I can understand Hindi.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, क्या है कि मेरी दीदी एक स्कूल टीचर है, तो स्कूल में अब तो जो ऑटिस्टिक बच्चे भी होते हैं, तो वो भी नॉर्मल स्कूल में एडमिशन ले सकते हैं. इसमें कोई बैरियर नहीं है. वो भी नॉर्मली गवर्नमेंट स्कूल वगैरह में एडमिशन ले सकते हैं. तो दीदी को एक प्रॉब्लम फेस हो रहा है कि मतलब छोटे क्लास के जो बच्चे रहते हैं, क्लास 1 2 इस क्लासेस के जो बच्चे रहते हैं, उनमें अगर कोई ऑटिस्टिक रहता है ना, तो मतलब उनके जो बिहेवियर है वो तो नॉर्मल जो बच्चे हैं उनसे थोड़ा अलग है.
जैसे कि मतलब टीचर्स क्लास में जाते हैं तो भी वो लोग मतलब उतना ज्यादा मतलब इन्वॉल्व नहीं हो पाते हैं, मतलब समझ नहीं पाते हैं वो लोग थोड़ा। तो क्या होता है कि उनको देख के दूसरे जो नॉर्मल बच्चे हैं वो भी इसको नॉर्मली ले लेते हैं, तो उनके अंदर भी मतलब यही आ जाता है कि शायद ये ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं। तो मेरा क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली ये है कि मतलब ऐसे क्या मतलब कौन सा ठीक है कि इनके लिए अलग से स्कूल ठीक है कि नॉर्मल ही सबके बीच पढ़ना ठीक है, कौन सा ज्यादा बेहतर है उनके लिए?
स्वस्तिका, बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है मिस स्वस्तिका, रियली आई एम टेलिंग, वेरी नाइस क्वेश्चन इट इज। मैं तो हिंदी और इंग्लिश मिक्स करके मैं बात करूंगी, बिकॉज आई डोंट नो सो मच ऑफ हिंदी, सो सॉरी, बट आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड। स्वस्तिका,
I think ma'am, you
yes sir,
translate this Hindi into English also. The question, what she is asking at you.
I understand. Okay.
You understand?
Yeah, I understood the question. I understood her question.
Okay.
No, for our viewers, just translate that question so
Okay.
that others also can get to know what she is asking.
Okay, so actually Miss Swastika's is a very good question. What she asked was, okay, if I'm having a boy with autism in the class, there is a challenge in his behavior, his way of learning also. So it may affect a neurotypical also. So there is a concern, and I accept that totally. Yes, and whether we should give admission in the normal regular school itself or unke liye alag dena, or to give it separately. So this is the query she has asked. So answering to Ms. Swastika, that is the reason why we want a framework. I cannot say give admission to a boy with special needs in the school directly. Okay, ठीक है, admission form भर दिया, fill up the admission form, पैसा दिया, school fees दिया, over, and then you make him sit in the class. नहीं, उतना तो नहीं, उसके आगे, उसका पहले बहुत कुछ करना है, lots to do for inclusion. First of all, how much is the disability we'll have to analyze. Where is the child, whether academically trainable or not, we have to analyze. Academically trainable है तो उसके लिए buddy चाहिए. Does he need someone to sit with him? Sometimes there may be behavioral issues also. So does he need someone to give a personal care? For example, we had a boy with almost 100% visually impaired, and he used to be very naughty. Very naughty means he's full energy. Small boy, no, full energy he had. But the thing is, okay, he can be playful, all that. But our concern was, what if he gets hurt? आपको तो मालूम है स्कूल में कैसे रहता है, टेबल चेयर, very small place in between. So what if he gets hurt? That was our concern. So हम लोग क्या किया, पहले तो अवेयरनेस दिया. किसको अवेयरनेस दिया? अवेयरनेस बच्चों के लिए दिया, क्लास के लिए, टीचर्स के लिए, हर टीचर के लिए ट्रेनिंग दिया. So how they have to handle. And we had another student, this friend, to have an eye on him, where he is going, how he is going. And we taught the children, वो क्लास बच्चे को हम लोग समझाया not to keep any bags down. नीचे तो एकदम साफ होना पड़ेगा, so that he doesn't fall. So we gave them those training. So जैसे आप बोल रहे Miss Swastika, that the boy with autism, so first thing is admission. Then how we are going to teach him? Does he need someone? How is his method or teaching method? Academic separate, then class may separate. So who does he need any support system? Does he need extra classes? Does he need remedial classes? See, one more thing Miss Swastika, I will tell, a teacher, almost 40 students minimum per class में 40 students, 50 भी होते हैं कभी-कभी, even 60 also I have seen in some classes. So one teacher handling all 40 to 50 students is very difficult. उसमें एक child with special needs है तो और challenging होता है. But what is the support system the institution is giving? We have to plan. All those planning, those work will come when there is a framework. So when there is a framework, see, we had a girl with ADHD. She used to get even seizures. So we trained the class, we trained the teachers. Of course, we special educators were also there. So see, challenges will be there. कैसे overcome करना? अगर framework है तो हो जाएगा. अगर framework नहीं है तो बाहर भेजना पड़ेगा, which is very disheartening. Okay, because the child is academically trainable. Autism students, I'm telling, they are very, very talented academically. They have done, even I know one boy, one of my friend's son, he is doing his PhD, doctorate in maths, the so-called autism. So when he's able to do so much, why should we push him to a special school? वो special school है non academic के लिए, academically trainable अलग है. So we have to try our best to keep them here, modifying the system, having a structure, having a framework. Teacher को भी तंग नहीं होना है, बाकी बच्चों के लिए कुछ नहीं होना, because their safety is also very important. बाकी बच्चों को safety भी important है. So everything has to be taken care of by the school. For that, structure needs to be there. That structure we are there to provide, and in fact, Ms. Vastika, we give completely free training for the schools for everything. So they can approach us at any time. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, this was also one of the things that I wanted to inform our learners, that whatever she has done, she is doing absolutely for free. So my dear learners, try to understand that she is pursuing her passion for the community. So you can see what kind of depth she has, or I may say she's mad about that thing. So can I have a huge applause for Dr. Gayatri ji for the work that she has done?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. So that was a fantastic session, I must say. And I'm sure my learners have taken a very brilliant takeaways from all the two guest speakers for today's evening. And I think it's a long session, if I'm not mistaken, right? But an interesting session. So, well, can I have some few notes from Sunil ji? I can see that he wants to say something. Sunil ji, do you want to say something?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been honored, I said, like, to learn a new thing, actually. Because the learning, as I say, the students are here for the learning. So everybody's in the learning curve. And this kind of a platform giving them this, as Gayatri Madam already saying, that we are looking for a reach. And what better platform than this? These all are being, Madam, these all become your ambassadors to take your journey forward to the entire community of their friends, family, like how Swastika had given an example. So this exists in this whole ecosystem, but we don't talk about that. And we are more than happy to support you, ma'am, with the entire fraternity of university, ICIC, whoever, wherever we want. We definitely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It feels really, nice when we get that support. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So that was for today's evening, and yet we will be back with the another exciting sessions with the another amazing speakers on board. Till then, goodbye, take care, and do surf about all G20 nations. And what about the activities or the tasks that we guys have given to our students? So don't think that we have forgotten about your task. Huh? The deadline is tomorrow morning, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Pradeep ji?
No, of course, the deadline is today evening, and we need to give the result.
No, you gave the leverage. See, I don't want to spoil.
One deadline is for the
I don't want to spoil the evening of the students. I'm not going to become the culprit for that, but I am setting an alarm and reminder to you all learners, okay? So be ready for that.
The deadline for the task one, that is identifying the team leader for us, is today evening, and tomorrow we will be actually representing the result. Our evaluators are also working. Few guys are working. Our evaluators are also working on that. Dr. Narmada Madam, she is working on that. One thing I need to mention here, how the cherishing moment was when we met. I met with Dr. Gayatri Madam, or I was actually looking around. Who was she? Actually, she came from overseas, and so many people were there around. Who is she? So people in Lucknow, they told me about Gayatri. There is one Gayatri, and she used to come down from that every fortnightly for these results. I got amazed actually on first hearing these things, that every fortnightly she used to come down for special events. Dr. Arpita, Ms. Arpita told earlier that she is not charging at all. That is an entirely different thing, of course, because she thinks for the community first. But coming down from Muscat every fortnightly to India, making students, making learners to it, and of course academic people also to bring up the curriculum, bring up that channelizing those ecosystem towards the school, that specially able school, is what actually asked me actually. I asked myself how to meet Dr. And how I got that one of very good friend of mine, who is very much senior to me, is in Jaipur, Dr. Sarma sir. So he called me from Jaipur. Pradeep, Jaipur aana hai. You need to come to Jaipur, and there is one program. And secondly, you are being honored because I presented one of the program in Jaipur National University. Okay. And that got selected, and the admission of the girls towards that BTech was actually enhanced due to my program. Because of my program, that got enhanced, and I got presented there. There I met Sarma sir. I asked Sarma sir, I replied Gayatri madam's number. So he told me, no, but she is not staying in India. How you can meet? By the time COVID happens, I said, now she will not be able to come down. But by the time we have planned this PMB, and I approached to her through WhatsApp, Madam, we are planning this thing. And on the instant, actually, for 15 days or 2 days, we were discussing on how to go for what is the event, who will be coming, and all this for getting through. I asked Arpita, you will be there. She said, I will be there, don't worry about it. And on that note, he initiated this aim. And she was there for our first week of presentation. And the overwhelming response across Indian states, not overseas, where she is staying, across Indian state was awesome actually.
Fantastic. Yeah.
So that was the boost up actually for all of us. Okay, that we can go ahead. So that is how that is what Dr. Gayatri Narasimhan is actually.
That actually gave me the knowledge to do the skill development, sir. If we are training hundreds of students online, it is all because of Pradeep sir only. He taught me how to teach online. For me, I'm a traditional teacher with a blackboard and a chalk piece, not even a whiteboard.
And what she has narrated today, is whenever we are talking about the sustainability, it implies to this is applicable to even ACIC also and to me also. One of my very much senior person, I went to one of the hospital or one of the CSR program. So उन्होंने पूछा कि क्या करते? I told them this thing. Okay, tell me about sustainability. I keep on doing whatever we saying as per the books. What is the sustainability? Well, until unless person is not getting payment, the employability, the sustainability will not be sustained. To create something which gives the employment. So if you are creating an employment in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of learning, in terms of skill development, whatever be there, but create an employment first. If you are generating an opportunity or options for the employment, you are creating sustainability, not for the person, for the family also, for the nation also, and across the globe also. That's what the sustainability mantra is. And from that day itself, I thought of whenever I talk about the sustainability, I will talk about the employability, that in terms of skill. So thanks Dr. Gayatri madam for actually supporting me today. Thanks to Arpita ji, thanks to Sunil sir for supporting, and thanks to all learners, those who have joined and those who will be listening to our YouTube channel in future. I'm happy to actually go through this search, and of course the G20 professionals, those who will be coming to us, sharing their practices across different domains. And in that particular sessions, what we are going to do is They will be sharing their practices, and I will be, or our people, our speakers will be sharing our practices. So it's an interchange of the practices or interchange of the cultural differences or diversions to bring the inclusiveness towards the 20 nations. That's how the thought is. Thank you to all again. And closing for the day. Thank you to Arpita ji again. And yes, the closing note from Arpita ji is always the benchmark for us. So without that, we cannot close. Arpita ji, over to you.
No, it's nothing like that. Today we had a long session. The only takeaway I must say for today's session for my dear learners is, see, from the last session, you learned that one needs to develop a habit of risk taking, right? In our last session, the takeaway for all our learners is build that entrepreneurship skills in yourself and be a person, don't be shy of taking risk, right? And from today's session, you have a live example that know your abilities, set your vision, mission, I must say, or whatever you are passionate about. Have one idea. You can see one idea made Gayatri ji from here to here, right? One lady fighting for her own purpose of life and what she has done it. So you have a role model in front of you. And the think tanks, or I must say the change makers, how you have Mr. Pradeep ji, how you have Sunil ji, these are the change agents of our society, which are helping you young gems of our nations to grow. So please take the advantage of this and explore that opportunity. And trust me, if you want to show the anger, exploit them. They harass you with projects, you exploit them with the badge them, with a lot of questions and grill them. They will grill you, you also counterattack, grill them. I am with you. I am there to support you all. Till then, goodbye, take care. Waiting for you all. Brilliant response on LinkedIn for your task. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gayatri ma'am. Thank you, Pradeep ji. Thank you.
Thank you.